Hi, I'm John. What I have here are two ultralight wheelchairs that I want to show you a little bit on each one in case you're looking, if you're trying to decide which chair you want, I want to show you. And I call these ultralight wheelchairs. These are both carbon fiber wheelchairs. One is the Panthera and the other is the Apex. Both considered carbon fiber ultralight wheelchairs. I'll take each one at a time, take a look at each thing, talk about the good and the bad of each. Let's start out, let's just look at the Panthera wheelchair. This Panthera wheelchair I have designed, I wanted a really lightweight wheelchair, so I ordered this chair to be pretty much as light as I could get it. This chair has just the canvas seat sling, and then here we have the protectors for the carbon fiber whenever you pull up to a car. The back does fold down on this chair. And if we take a look, I can pop these side guards off, pull them up, out from the back. So pull the back out, pull those down. So the side guards also become a brace for the back support. And then the back support just folds down. The wheels will pop off of the side. I'll just go ahead and do that. Just set those aside. This frame weighs about 8 pounds, and I think this frame came out, by the time I put everything on it, I'm just over 8.5 pounds actually. So if we take a look, you see the chair was ordered specifically to fit me. There is no adjustment in this chair, and to me that's a problem. That's a problem for me. It might not be a problem for most, but it is a problem for me. I like to be able to change where my axle sits and how high up and how low my axle sits. But the chair is a very nice looking wheelchair. So if I'll put it back together here, put the armrest down in. Actually, I'm wrong. We'll put the back in first and then slide that down in. Set this down. Let me get the other one. And that's what's going to hold the back into its position. I'll put the wheels back on it. If you were really looking for a lightweight wheelchair, this chair, I don't think you're going to find anything lighter. It's a nice looking wheelchair with the carbon fiber look. Grab the other wheel here and put it on. Now the one option that this chair has, the one option this chair that I ordered with I really liked was the way the parking brake works in this chair. You have one lever here and you pull this one lever out and it can control both the right and the left. So as I move this lever in and out, it controlled both. If we take a look under the chair, we see this arm that goes across. So as I pull this brake lever and set it in, it clearly puts the brakes out of the way and you only have one lever. So pull this again, both brakes are parked at the same, both parking brakes are set at the same time. It's a great option, and when you order the chair you decide whether you want that parking brake to be to the right or to the left. Some folks may want this brake to be over on this side. Now, the downside of this chair, other than the adjustment, the other downside I see, I didn't have an option for a different seat sling. Personally, I like a solid seat sling, whether it's a honeycomb or apple board. I prefer it to be solid because I don't want to get that sag in my seat. That wasn't an option to get this from Panthera. And not really happy with how this seat sling came out, but it does the job. The material for the backrest, it seems very high quality. I like the way we have leather here on the upper corners, and then you have a adjustment across the back to pull tension over time, to pull tension onto your back, so as you get wear on it, you can tighten up the back supports. This chair overall is going to weigh with about 8.5 pounds for the frame and then each wheel you got to add probably 3.5 pounds. So now we're looking at another 6 pounds. So really this chair, the way it weighs, is probably 14 pounds. Okay, so I got a little support here. I'm going to have to get rid of this cat, and then I'll get right back to you. Just 1 second, please. So personal note, keep the cats out of the video, put them in another room when you're ready to make a video, and it'll be much easier for you. So let's set this chair aside now. Before I go much further with this, I do want to tell you this chair as it is costs about $8,500. That's $8,500 US dollars. So let me just push this out of the way for now. And we'll take a look at the Apex. In this particular Apex chair, I had it ordered specifically for me. A few things that I did different with this Apex chair. I had this frame extended a few inches so that I would have ability to have a handrail here. So when I put my seat cushion on here, I still have room for holding on here, for holding your balance, whether you're picking something up or just moving your weight around. And then if we take a look here, you have the seat guards. We'll pop those off. Those just slide right down into the slot. And if we take a look at how the brakes work on this, this is the standard brake that you see on many other wheelchairs. Just push that in and lock it. And this did not have the same option as the Panthera where the brake went across. So just take that brake back off. If we take a look, the one thing with this chair, I had added on this solid seat sling. This is a solid piece, adds probably 3.5 pounds to the chair. So if you're worried about a chair that you're worried about the weight, you definitely would not want to do this option. This frame, without that option, just a frame, if you want to compare frame to frame, this frame alone is going to be about 3.5 pounds heavier than the Panthera. When you add this solid seat sling in, of course you're going to add a lot more. Now the wheels for this that I ordered, very similar in weight to the Panthera chair, so there's not really much to to decide on that if you're looking for weight. The one thing I did like on this Apex chair, let's take a look at the adjustment here. So let me stand this up. I'm going to pop this wheel off. So now let's look here at this adjustment. Here in the back, we have the ability to slide our axle forward and rear on this frame. That lets you get your center of gravity much better. We also have the option here to raise and lower our axle so that we can get the angle where we want it to be. Now, if you were to raise and lower this angle, the problem you'd have is your caster arms would not be going straight up and down. Well, Apex thought of that ahead of time, and if you take a look here at this front caster, it is adjustable there. There's 2 bolts here in the front, and you loosen those, and they even put an level bubble on there, so you could level out the caster if you were to change how high and how low you were going to set your chair. So the fact that you can have so much adjustment in this chair, that was a selling point to me. The weight was definitely not a selling point because this chair, being an ultralight chair, is really not much different in weight compared to what I'm in, which is a Q7, which is just considered a lightweight wheelchair, compared to an ultralight wheelchair. Let me put the wheel back on. The material for the back, pretty much similar to the carbon fiber Panthera. I don't see any leather in here, but it is pretty high quality. If we take a look at the back, this back would fold up, or this back material would lift up, and you do have stretch, Velcro stretch bars, or Velcro stretch material across there to tighten the back up. The chair overall, pretty high quality. There's not much that's going to go wrong to break on this chair. I've never had to order parts, so I can't say how easy or how hard it is to get parts for either the Panthera or the Apex. This chair actually is my everyday chair. This is the chair that I keep with me and I put the most miles on each day. I've had both chairs for about a year now, and this chair I do use the most often. So there's the comparison between the Apex and the Panthera. The one thing I didn't tell you, this Apex as it is costs about $5,500, as is this Panthera about $8,500. That's US dollars. Stick with just a standard wheelchair and the insurance companies pay for it. Go to the carbon fiber and you may have a little fight trying to get your insurance company to pay for it. Overall, if you want a wheelchair and your top goal is a lightweight wheelchair, you need to go and consider the Panthera. If you're not so interested in the weight of it, then I like the Apex. And if I were buying one again, it would end up being the Apex wheelchair. Take a look at the options on each one, and just because I have certain weights and certain options in these chairs, doesn't mean the chair you'd have to get that's a lightweight would have those same options or weights. So check it whenever you spec it out. If you have any questions, you can leave the comments below. I'll try to help you out. I hope this video has showed you the two ultralight wheelchairs.